There we go. Okay, I think we're good now. Yeah. Ooh. Let's see, is my chat actually gonna work? Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Okay. Need some Red Bull. Let's do a little auto briefing. Let's see what's going on.
The flash flood warning remains in effect for Wayne, Utah. Life-threatening flash flooding is ongoing or could begin shortly.
Okay.
Between 1/4 of an inch and 3/4 of an inch of rain have fallen so far.
Okay. Thank you, Nimby. Gotta get this beta started. Baby, what's going on? Mario, what's going on?
For East Baton Rouge and East Feliciana,
Guys.
Louisiana, the severe thunderstorm warning is still active.
Forecast Foundry
The
app's
storm
gonna be
is
out
moving
tomorrow, I think.
southeast at 25 miles per hour. The primary hazard is damaging wind, with gusts up to 60 miles per hour. Hail up to 1 inch in diameter is also possible.
Climate Console extension beta opens this Friday to use if you're signed up on Forecast Foundry HQ. Everything you see here.
Here is the
Usable
latest
by
for
anyone.
Dawes,
Friday. Just
Nebraska.
gotta sign up.
The severe thunderstorm warning remains in effect. The
And then I
storm
gotta
is
get
moving east at 15
Forecast
miles
Foundry
per
app
hour.
on Android.
The
It's gonna be on
primary
iPhone
hazard
first.
is damaging wind,
No one
with
cares
gusts
about
up
green
to
texters.
60 miles per hour. Hail up to 3/4 of an inch in diameter is also possible. A new official update
alright.
confirms wind gusts up to 66 miles per hour near 2.8 Nebraska Crawford.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Is damaging wind,
No
with
one cares
gusts
about
up
green
to 60
texters.
miles per
Let's see. Okay.
Returning to
My
Pennington,
chat is
South
not
Dakota,
coming
where the
in.
severe thunderstorm warning remains active. The
Let's
storm is
reset.
moving southeast at 10 miles per hour. The primary hazard is large hail, with hail up to 1 1/4 inches in diameter.
My chat is not coming
Gusts
in.
up to 50 miles per hour are also possible. A new official update confirms hail measuring 1/2 inch near 4 North Silver City, South Dakota.
This is so frustrating, guys. This is so frustrating.
The severe thunderstorm warning remains in effect for Pennington, South Dakota.
1 second.
The storm is moving southeast at 10 miles per hour. The primary hazard is large hail, with hail up to 1 1/4 inches in diameter. Gusts up to 50 miles per hour are also possible.
Sick and tired of
New severe
technology.
thunderstorm warning for Georgetown, South Carolina.
problem with me
Wind
is
gusts up to 60 miles per hour.
The
Moving
technology
south
that
at
I'm
5 miles per
trying to
hour.
Use. I need to stop getting so complicated.
For Georgetown, South Carolina, the
just can't
severe
help it.
thunderstorm warning is still active. The storm is moving south at 5 miles per hour. The primary hazard is damaging wind, with gusts up to 60 miles per hour. Hail up to 1 inch in diameter is also possible.
Let's see if we can get this working, and we'll get started. It says YouTube ready, but YouTube.
Here is the latest for Dawes, Nebraska. The severe thunderstorm warning remains in effect. The storm is moving east at 25 miles per hour. The primary hazard
Alright,
is
that's
large
enough,
hail,
Nimby.
with hail up to
I'm taking over from here. Alright. Shall be up a second. Go to radar.
Weatherfront Live MRMS radar is open.
Guys, this extension is going to be available to everyone, I think on Friday. That's when we're going to actually send out the beta to the emails that are signed up. Alright. Let's do some stuff. Actually, let's go back to this screen. I want to look at what it's like around the country right now. Let's move my face over here. Let's move this chat down. It's useless right now until I get it reconnected. And let me look around the country real quick. How are we looking? Boston, 70 degrees, 32 degree dew point. Absolutely beautiful, incredible, insanely wonderful day in Boston right now. New York, not too bad. I've seen better. 79, 63 dew point. It's a little muggy. Chicago, pretty nice day. 75, 50 degree dew point. Pretty nice across the Midwest. Pretty ugly in Charlotte. 88 degrees, 60 degree dew point. Not liking any of this stuff. Minneapolis, 79, 40 degree dew point. Pretty nice. Fargo's pretty nice. 81 degrees, but it's not too humid. Would absolutely not want to be in Houston. It's 97 degrees with a 72 degree dew point. 0% chance you'll catch me there. This looks wrong. Oh, forecast loading. Oh, some of these locations are loading. I was going to say, it's definitely not 32 degrees in Los Angeles. NWS has to update. Let's see if we can get an update. Yep, definitely not that. Wait, let me hit the connections again. Oh, there's my chat. Holy smokes, did you guys hear that? Oh, it's just lagging. Just lagging by about an hour. There it is. I gotta get TikTok chat onto here, but right now we're just gonna do YouTube chat. Because TikTok doesn't like when people are on here. What's going on, Emmanuel? Morgan, baby. Dablista. What's poppin', crew? Look at this. Let me go to audience. The meteorologist kid. 2 joules. I appreciate you. Brandon, 6 months of membership. Holy smokes. Emmanuel, 9 months of membership. Holy smokes.
New flash flood warning for Rio Blanco,
yeah,
Colorado.
You guys are getting the extension for sure. All right. Heck yeah. Alrighty. Let's get started. Should we do some forecasting first? Should we have some fun in Forecast Foundry? Show you the latest updates, guys. The app's going to be, I think, out tomorrow. I think tomorrow. We'll have to see. Everything's done. It can just take a little bit, you know, the review. But this part's cool. The weather time machine. Oh my gosh. I'm telling you. You can literally play out historical events. Do you want to pretend like you woke up on the morning of the more high-risk tornado day? And you were someone who had to forecast it? Well, let's look at the upper air pattern. What's going on, Matt? Suddy. Let's look at the upper air pattern from that morning of the Moore, Oklahoma tornado. This was the 500 millibar pattern at that time. Right? This was the 850. This was the 700. Okay, let's look at what the Cape was. Most unstable. Surface. Let's look at, you can look at your shear. You can look at everything. Let's take a sounding. Here's a sounding out of Norman, Oklahoma that day. Look at how much capping there was in the morning. Unbelievable. But look, let's pretend we were drawing it. Okay, so 500 millibar, right? I'm looking at this saying I'm definitely putting a big old, and I'm gonna do this quick, so I'm probably gonna mess up, so just forgive me. But I'm looking at this saying I'm probably putting a big old 2% right over here, right? Based off that 500 millibar map. Let me take a look at the 850. But this is 7 a.m. But okay, you can move it forward and look at different times. Okay, I'm just going to do it quickly so you guys can see. We'll put our 5%er in here, right? 5% risk zone. Let's put a 10%er in here. I know this is way off to the east. Whatever. I'm just trying to show you an example. This should be way to the west. All right, there we go. Let's put our SIG zone in here, right? I should be looking at everything, but I'm not going to right now. All right, let's confirm it. Let's lock the forecast. Wait. Oh, I'm in study mode. I'm in study mode. All right, reveal SPC outcome. All right, there's the SPC outcome. There's the actual risk zone. There's the outcome. There's where the tornadoes were compared to what I placed. How did I do? And guys, I wasn't actually trying, okay? How did I do? I guys still got a C. I got a C. Look at my spatial overlap, risk magnitude, hazard placement, timing, confidence. How good of forecasters are you guys? How good are you? Oh, and then I can publish it to my profile. Let's publish it to my profile. Let's go to my profile. Okay. I know Mesomat's on here. Look at Mesomat hasn't even put a cover photo in though. Shout out Southeast Weather. All right, let's look at my profile on Forecast Foundry. Let's click into it. Yes, my profile, view profile. There, all the stuff I've posted, my outlooks. These are just some example maps I made and stuff. I'm gonna erase this because I don't want anyone to see how bad I did there. But anyways, 2009 super derecho, Central Oklahoma tornado outbreak, Vivian giant hail supercell. I don't remember this. Who remembers that? Vivian giant hail supercell. 2011 super outbreak. I do remember that. Joplin tornado day, of course. El Reno, of course. Midwest derecho. I think I do remember that. Western Kentucky outbreak. Some of these, most of these, I knew off the top of my head. Some of these, I was looking up I was trying to find 10 to 20 of the best days to put in here, right? Of the best kind of things to throw in the weather time machine. And yeah, this, I hadn't remembered this at all. The giant supercell day, or the Vivian giant supercell. And I hadn't remembered, I think that might have been the only one.
New flash flood
all
warning
these
for
Greenfield,
Coconino,
obviously.
Arizona.
Yeah, I think the rest of these are pretty obvious. Anyways, Joplin tornado day. You can go down, you can look at what the Cape was, the upper air pattern that morning. Look at what was going on. Look at that 850 jet that morning. Holy smokes, with that huge low pressure. Let's see here. We don't have a good sounding out of that day. Here's our effective SIGTOR param. Huge. From Texas up through western Missouri. Right, so let's go down here. I'm just going to quickly do it. We're going to get to some forecasting and stuff. I just want to show you guys this. Let me undo that point. Let me zoom in here and let me do... let's look at my 850 again. Oh my gosh. Let's look at... my Cape's going to be insane. The Cape's not going to help me with this part much. Effective SRH...
New severe
Surface
thunderstorm watch for
observations.
portions of western
You
and
can actually see there was a nice
Nebraska,
dry line
western
out to the
South
west.
Dakota. The primary threats include isolated large
We're going to mute NIMBY for a second.
returning to Coconino, Arizona, where the
Oh, oops, I didn't mute you. That was the wrong button. Now I muted you. You can actually see there was a dry line that kind of shot straight through central Kansas, and then through the Texas Panhandle here. And I don't remember if we had storms that initiated off that dry line, because I don't think that dry line pushed far. Well, no, that dry line probably actually did throughout the day push far enough east towards Joplin, because you can see it's central Kansas. Anyways, I would look at this stuff if I was making my tornado map, right? And you can do the hail map, the wind map, the categorical map too, right? You can draw your marginals, your slights, whatever. You can do whatever. You can do all four of them, and then you can see how you did on all four of your forecasts and get graded off all four. I'm just doing tornado right now. Let me clear all. And let me see. Okay, I'm just going to do this quick because I just want to see. I just want to show you guys. Right? I would draw a 2%er. We'd get something in here. We'd for sure get something in here. I mean, I should have done this way up here. We're just gonna pretend. Oh, much better. You saw nothing. And then we're gonna go like this. Let's put a little SIG in here. Okay. Now I can lock it in. Now I can look at the 1 p.m. data. What was happening at 1 p.m.? Where was our 850 at 1 p.m.? Our 850 had shifted east. I actually want to look at what the surface observations were later in the day. How far east did that dry line shift? That dry line shifted to central Oklahoma. So that dry line did help initiate that Joplin tornado, huh? I would say it did. Okay. Right, so I can adjust, whatever. I'm not going to make any adjustments because I'm just doing this to show you guys. But I could always adjust some points if I wanted to. Right, I could go here and I could adjust some stuff. But we're going to lock it in. Lock in the forecast. Reveal. Look at that. Look at my SIG placement. Look at my SIG tornado placement. Oh my gosh. And I did that quick. I was barely trying, guys. I was barely trying. This would have been a great forecast. This would have been a great forecast. Wait, what am I ignoring? This would have been a great forecast. How did I do though? Oh, except for except for the fact that I forgot to put my risk zone up north. Oh no. Oh gosh. Nope. I lied. Everyone in Minnesota and Wisconsin would hate me if I made the SBC Outlook this day. Let's see how I did. A 59. All right, I was going quick. I was going quick. You guys saw I was going quick. I forgot to extend my risk zone up to the north. I forgot to extend my risk zone up to the north. No. I'm just making, guys. This is the 2011 Joplin reenactment. All right, you can go on Forecast Foundry HQ and you can see how good you are at forecasting. You can choose any of the. Oh my gosh. Okay, I did really good with the bottom sector though. Let's restart the scenario. You can pick anything. El Reno. Greenfield, Moore, 2011 Super Outbreak, and you can see how would you've done. You get to look at all the stuff that a forecaster would have woken up that morning and they would have seen these observations, right? And so you can go, you can overlay them on the map, you can forecast, you can make your wind, hail, tornado, and categorical, and then you can test it against the SBC and see how good you did. There's 12 scenarios here. There's going to be hundreds. Yep. It's weather. Yep. So the only information you get. So if I click on Central Oklahoma tornado, the only information that it's, unless I go into study mode, but we're not going to cheat. The only information I get is the information that meteorologists had that morning. So this is the 7 a.m. upper air pattern from the Central Oklahoma tornado outbreak, May 10th, 2010. Here's the Cape. Here's the shear. Here's the composites. Here's some sounding. There's no sounding on this one. Your surface observations, and then you're going to go down and you're going to make a forecast, right? So I'll do this super quickly. There's our 500. Here's our 850. Let me go back to the 500. So what areas am I watching? Oh my gosh, I am watching northern Texas and Oklahoma here. Look at this, right? So okay, I'm just gonna do this super quickly. I'm watching like this area for sure. I'm just gonna draw this super quickly, right? This is probably gonna be terrible because I'm just throwing it in, right? I'm probably like, I don't know, watching somewhere around here, throwing my SIG somewhere in here, right? Okay, let's move on. And now I have more information. Now I get now I get what meteorologists on that day were looking at 1 p.m. Where was the 500 millibar at 1 p.m.? I'm really happy with where I drew my zone. Actually, look at that. But what was the 850 doing? Oh my gosh, Central Oklahoma. Let's look at our surface observations. I want to see what type of dry line setup we have. Did we have a dry line setup? You would assume it's May. Oh yeah, look at that. The Panhandle of Texas, 63. 19, a dew point of 19 in eastern New Mexico, a dew point of 63 in the Panhandle of Texas. There's your dry line right in eastern Colorado. All right, okay. There's so much more I should look at, but I'm just going to show you how I would handle this. I would probably, let's cancel line. I would probably move this like this. Okay, and I would actually do way more, but I just want to show you. So we're just going to go lock the final forecast. Let's compare it. Woo! Look how I did. Look how I did. And now, guys, I rushed through this. Okay. I think I did pretty good. Look where I put my SIG zone, where I thought the most significant tornadoes would be. Now, if I took my time, I probably could have done better. How did I do? Now, oh, and you can overlay it with what the actual SBC forecast was that day. Here's what the SBC did. Now, they did better than me for sure, but also I made mine in 30 seconds. They probably spent an hour making theirs. How did I do? 76. I got a C. C's get degrees. It is Forecast Foundry HQ. Go on it. There's two of them are free. C's get degrees. I think it should be in the description of my YouTube stream. Yeah, Forecast Foundry HQ. Forecast Foundry HQ. You guys can check it out. But yeah, I mean, you can also build your outlooks, right? This is the other really cool thing here. This is probably, I don't know. That's a really cool, but this might be even cooler. Let me hello? One second, guys. One second. Okay. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to open it like this. All right, let's go. It's not opening in my extension, which is really annoying because I don't want to have to pull it up elsewhere. That's fine. We'll go right screen. Okay. So here you go. Oh, you guys can't see that. Oh, that's so annoying. Let's talk weather. You don't hear anything? Wait, why were you saying what? What's going on? Hey, what's going on? What's poppin'? Okay, that's working. Okay, let's talk about what's going on. Go to radar. All right, I'll unmute NIMBY, but we're not going to be... We'll see if we get some updates. So... we've got 5 mesoscale discussions. Let's see what we got. Wind mesoscale discussion, nothing too serious. Up here in Montana, we're looking at another wind, minor hail mesoscale discussion. Very skinny mesoscale discussion up here. Wind, some large hail possible up here. Go to observations.
Weather front observations is open.
Actually, I want to look at... trying to figure out why we have a large hail mesoscale discussion up here. I mean, you got a significant theta E. Some good rotation possible. So I guess you can get some big chunky hail up here. Go to radar. What's going on in eastern Colorado? Some damaging wind, decent sized hail possible, and then down here near Tucson, Tucson, some damaging wind possible today. Let's look at the convective outlook. We've got, just polka dotted slights all over the map today. Tomorrow, same type of thing. This could be interesting. Day 3. Let's take a look at that. Let's go to the Rufus. All right.
RRFS is open, but I could not confirm reflectivity plus updraft helicity.
Let's go and take a look at, I want to take a look at, what day is today? That'd be Tuesday. I want to take a look at. Interesting. Shortwaves developing across eastern or across the central plains on Tuesday. Northwesterly flow, not your scary, severe southwesterly flow. What's going on, Nick? All right, this could be an interesting day. I don't think it's going to be anything too crazy. Interesting setup up north here, too, though. Did they have anything up here for Tuesday? Got some shortwaves developing up here. Nice 500 millibar flow. And then this digs. Oof. Illinois. Illinois, are we going to re-up on Wednesday? Probably might get a severe risk zone out here on Wednesday from the SPC. Convective outlook.
Weather front outlooks is open. Yeah,
we might get something out there from the SPC on Wednesday. I think we might get something out here as well on Tuesday. Okay, there is a little bit of a risk zone up there on Tuesday. Okay. That makes sense. But marginal, they should probably put at least a slight up there for Tuesday. All right. Let's look at the NHC. Tons to talk about in the tropics. 1 tropical cyclone, 2 tropical cyclone, 3 tropical cyclone, 4 tropical cyclone, 5 tropical cyclone, 6 tropical cyclone. 1 area of concern, 2 area of concern, 3 area of concern, 4 areas of concern, 5 areas of concern, and 6 tropical cyclones. Where to begin? Tropical wave coming off the coast, moving into the MDR. Plenty of time. I don't even think we need to talk about this. That is a juicy tropical wave, though. I will say that. That is a juicy tropical wave. Don't really care about this one. It's not going to do anything. It's probably going to be shoved off to the east. This is fun. We had a little tropical depression form up here, and it's moving into, where are we? Spain or something? That's interesting. Okay, nothing really to talk about in the Atlantic right now. These aren't going to bother anyone likely either, so let's take a look out here. How do you pronounce this? Typhoon Saudel? Illinois is going to break the tornado record. It already did. I'm pretty sure it already did, right, guys? That's a nice looking Typhoon. They're having a crazy year out here. Yeah, it's definitely going to weaken, though. It's going to, there, you can see this upper air pattern out ahead of it. And it's going to get shear off of this system right here. So it's going to weaken. Man, they are just feeling it over here in Asia this year with this El Nino. All right. Excessive rainfall outlooks. Anything interesting over the next few days? Not really. CPC, let's talk about temperatures for a second. Hot and hot. Not too bad for this area up here, though. Not too bad. What's it look like ahead? Are we going to get a break? Let's look at the Euro. And let's go to the...
Euro is open, but I could not confirm 500 MB wind height.
I didn't ask for that. All right, I got to fix you, NIMBY. Okay, let's take a look at this. Yeah, zonal flow, heat dome down here for quite a while on the Euro. And then... This would be interesting. Getting into early September. First significant severe weather of fall. Nice pattern through here again, the Midwest on the Euro. Start September. It really does look like we're going to remain pretty cool. New England, Great Lakes region, upper Midwest for a while. But eventually this heat dome begins to push off east and you get some cool air moving into the west. Let's take a look at the GFS. Wow. Oh my gosh. Look at these storms on the GFS too. The GFS bakes the West Coast. Look at this heat dome. Luckily that's the end of the run. But I mean, we've really got a wedge of high pressure stuck over New Mexico, Texas, Oklahoma for quite a while. There's no relief for the Southern Plains anytime soon. Or the Southwest. It's going to be nice though up here. I mean, maybe stormy, but it's going to be pretty nice temperature wise. Let me actually look at temperature anomalies. Let's take a look. Look at you can see a continuous push of cold air up in the Northeast. You get hot, but you continue to get pushes of cold air in between the heat. Whereas the Southern Plains, except for the storms that are exploding every day, there's no relief. So you have that continued flow of nice cool air up here. And then you just have a continued heat in this region. Tough. Go to radar.
Weatherfront Live MRMS radar is open.
You got any significant storms out here right now? Let's take a look. Considerable damage threat, flash flood warning in Arizona. Got one in Utah, Rio Blanco, Colorado. No considerable damage threats, severe thunderstorms, but they're spread around. How's everyone doing? I gotta get back to posting weather forecasts and stuff, huh? When do you think the heat will break in Texas, man? There's an opportunity. Well, the Euro sees the heat breaking in early September, but the GFS sees it getting worse in early September. Luckily for you, the Euro is more likely to be right. It's a little bit better of a model. So for right now, I'm looking at that September 3rd, September 4th time frame for some potential relief to move back into Texas. Hey, listen, we're in the home stretch of summer. Meteorological fall starts in 8 days, right? Fall. You know what? Fall starts in 8 days, okay? Screw fake fall that you guys learned in school. It's meteorological fall, September 1st. All right? Fall starts in 8 days. everyone is slowly beginning to cool right now. Most areas around the country see their peak heat late July into very early August. So although it's bad, it should be slowly improving now. The light is at the end of the tunnel. But yeah, the Euro does see a break in early September, which would be nice for Texas, but you know, might take a little bit. We will have to see. I do let me try this on here one more time. Let me see something. Before I get off, I'm going to be back live streaming a lot again and putting out actual weather update videos. And, you know, I've been building the website and extension, and I got to get this beta out. The app for the website's going to be up in possibly tomorrow or the next day. And then I'm going to let everyone use this extension who's signed up for the beta. But, yeah, then I'm getting back to the live grind, and I'm excited for it. I want to play one more of these before I hop off. All right, what do you guys think? Does anyone have an opinion? What's going on, Teeny Cam Jam? What day should I try to forecast, okay? The Greenfield Tornado Day, March 31st Dual Region Outbreak, Western Kentucky Nighttime Outbreak, Midwest Derecho, El Reno Tornado, Joplin, 2011 Super Outbreak, Vivian, Giant Hail, Supercell, Central Oklahoma Tornado Outbreak, the 2009 Super Derecho, or more. Does anyone have an opinion? Let me know. Forget fall, we want winter and dark mornings and early sunsets. I agree. Can we get Oklahoma out of the oven? I know. What does it look like for Western New York? Nice and cool, and a little bit stormy over the next week. I wouldn't say average to slightly below average. Temperature wise. Why does my mouse keep getting disconnected? The weather for South Carolina. Well, let's take a look. Let's go to the Euro. Here's our temperature anomalies.
Euro is open, but I could not confirm 500 MB wind height.
Yes, I know. 1 second. Okay. Actually, not bad temperature-wise. Average to slightly below average until we get out towards August 31st and into early September when we heat up a little bit, but really not too bad at all. Take a look at the national blend. And we take a look at our precipitation. Pretty dry. Except for if you're out near the coast. We get some pretty good rainfall out near the coast. So Charleston. Yep. Still not a ton of rainfall, though. We're talking about 1.5 inches of rainfall over the next week. So average to slightly below average. Not a ton of rainfall. Not a bad week to be in South Carolina. Not a bad week to be in South Carolina. All right, I'm trying one of these. Let's do it. We're doing the 2011 super outbreak. We're gonna try to speed through this. All right, what did the sky look like at 7 a.m.?
New severe thunderstorm warning for Wells.
Let's see. Let's see. What did it look like at 7 a.m.? 500 millibar. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this region right here. Let's look at the 850. Ooh, okay, this is going to be a hard one. Wow. Effective layer. Wow, okay. You know what? We're just going to wing it. I'm going to say that there was a gigantic 2% out here. That's what we're going to say. We're going to say there was also a gigantic 5%. We're just going to wing it right here. And then we're going to say there was a 10%er in here. We're going to get a 15%er in here. And then I'm actually going to do a 30%er in here with that SIG'd. We're just going to do that. And we're going to SIG inside of this. All right. All right, now let me look how all right, and then there was the 500, so it moved east. Your 850. This region right here. Okay, so that's like north of Georgia. I don't care about surface observations if there's not a dry line. That SRH. Oh my gosh, what's our effective layer? What was going on down south there, though? Because I'm not even paying attention to that. Oh my gosh, I gotta adjust some things. Undo point, cancel line. Can I do one of these? Can I do one of these? Can I do one of these? And then can I do one of these? We're just gonna wing it. We're just gonna wing it. No. Wait. Oh, it's not letting me do a separate SIG? Okay. Lock it in. Lock it in. Okay. My risk zones weren't terrible. This needed to be a little bit further to the east. So I saw that there were two main points, and my thought was here and here. This should be up a little bit like this. This should be down a little bit. Overall, not terrible. What was the SBC risk zone? Okay, so I got the main corridor. Here's the SIG from here to here. But again, I did this in about 30 seconds. So I got the main corridor correct. Let's see what my score is. An 81. I got a B. Lincoln County, North Carolina. How hot will it be? Not too bad. You guys aren't dealing with the heat like the Central Plains and Southwest is this week. You could run slightly above average, but it's not going to be bad this week in the Southeast. Nope. Central Oklahoma outbreak was an interesting setup. That was May 10th, 20... Oh, yeah, that was this one. Yeah, it was interesting how this dove out of the Southwest. Yeah, I was looking at this earlier. This was an interesting one. We can go to study mode and we can actually take a look. Look at how this developed. The 500 moved nicely. The 850, oof, that's a nice... Oh my gosh. I love seeing this stuff. I mean, you know what I mean. Look at how that developed. Let's look at how the radar developed that day. Oh, you can just see that line form right here off the dry line. Look at that. Right? We go to 7 a.m. 1. 4 p.m. Fires off the dry line. This would be a fun one. This would be a fun one to do. Wind hail. Okay. No. So that's so it's Forecast Foundry HQ. It's a website I made where you can do everything on there. You can build forecasts, you can build outlooks, you can play historical events, so you can get dropped off in an actual, like the Moore, Oklahoma day. So here, this is what the actual radar was at 7 a.m. for Moore, Oklahoma. This is what the actual upper air pattern was. This is what the actual instability was. And you can look at it and you can try to draw a your own SPC outlook for tornado, hail, wind, and categorical. and see if you can, how close you can get to where the actual system was and what the SBC actually drew. So you'd go through, you draw all your risk zones, and then you would see how well you actually did it. You know, you would go through and then you'd see how well you actually did it. Oh, there's where the tornadoes were. Here's what the actual SBC risk zone was. And then you get a score. So you can see if you were a meteorologist that morning and woke up and you made your own forecast and were about to get on live stream and tell people where they should watch out, how good would you have done? You know what I mean? So, go to radar. Let's see. Hey, Nimby, can you go to radar? Thank you. Georgia weather's been odd for a couple days now. Already feels like fall. Yeah, no, yeah, you guys are getting some interesting temperature anomalies. Let's look at the short term. Let me just go to the NAM and let me go to. Actually, here, let's go to the euro. I want to look at the temperature anomalies.
Euro is open, but I could not confirm 500 MB wind height.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a little above average out in the southeast, but you also get some bursts of cool air. Nothing like what's going on out in the central plains, southwest, and then really up through the central northern plains as well. All right, I've got a lot more stuff to do, so I'm going to hop off. I'm going to get back to posting some weather updates every day. Maybe do a little bit of a stream. Tuesday and Wednesday look like they could get interesting, so if there's some severe weather to stream those days, I might hop on. Yeah, we'll have to see. But yeah, if you're a weather nerd, you like weather stuff, go check out Forecast Foundry HQ. Lots of cool stuff on there you can check out. And I'll see you guys next time. Just wanted to stop in. Fall foliage just started in northern New Jersey already. Jeez. I will tell you, it was like 48 degrees this morning when I woke up in Minnesota. I could not believe that. All right. Later, guys.